Hello, this is your weekend warm-up for the dates of July 28th, 29th, and 30th. Welcome back, all subscribers. Hello, brand new viewers. Hello, all viewers. Hey, we've got a wonderful weekend in store. And with the Ace of Cups in our future position, this talks about brand new love or platonic relationships coming into our life. And who doesn't revisit relationships on the weekend? Raise your hand. So currently we have the Seven of Swords card. This indicates where we're coming from. And this Fairy Tarot card deck by Doreen Virtue and Radleigh Valentine, we have a fairy here rushing away. She has the only Ampere bottle of pure unfrozen water from miles around. I mean, this is a land of frozen. Everything's frozen. So where did she get that fresh water? So it could indicate theft. It could be theft of ideas. And in the High Priestess position, we have, this is in our outcome card position, and we have the High Priestess as she has the Book of Knowledge open for all to see. If they meditate, they will find their own. They can tap into the Book of Knowledge. And also here in this card, this indicates that with the High Priestess, insights, not revealing what you're doing right away until you're sure of who you can trust, who you can talk to. So not revealing all your plans. Seven of Swords indicates maybe theft of ideas. So be careful of who you share your most intimate ideas with. The Five of Winter, we have here the fairy is isolating himself in his own little world, and he's built a snow fort. The snow being transient because it's going to eventually melt indicates that the project that he's currently doing, he's pushing so hard. He's like, I have to finish this complete list regardless of other people's input or reaction, or the fact that I'm being thoughtless to other people's concerns, needs, or desires. And two fairies have turned their back on this fairy in the foreground because he is truly in his own little world, building his snow fort, very proud of it, almost to the point of being smug. And also the fact that his actions are alienating the other fairy community around him. So that's what you need to have your awareness about. Other people around you, you have to check them out, look at their true motivations. If they're not coming from a place of ethical motivation, then just basically walk away. Don't engage. And so that's the Five of Swords. Could be indicate natural competition in your workplace, that you're going to have to, so keep an eye. If somebody's on your team is unethical, then, consider the why is why they're there. And then, or if somebody you trusted, and you thought that you trusted somebody and they were giving have you figured out they're not coming from an ethical, why are you investing in what they have to say? And the Eight of Summer crosses us. It's in our environment. This talks about, eights indicate quick movement. So somebody here realizes that they can't continue on perhaps with a relationship that they're in because it no longer serves them, their high ideals, that kind of thing. Maybe you've had an epiphany and you've had a 360, maybe a job that you were working at, and maybe that's where that person is in the job that you're working with, and that your eyes are now open and clear, and you see that you can't be around unethical people that believe in a certain fundamental that you just don't believe in. And so here we have Hiawatha. She's walking through this darkened forest, but we see the light coming through at the end of the tunnel. She is laden with her burdens, too pale. She carries everything that she owns. So this is a desire to move on to something better, more meaningful life, realizing that it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. And the 6 of Autumn in our near future, this talks about people that have the kind of havingness to be altruistic. So, don't blindly give your money to organizations believing that they don't source out to and are exploiting people. That would be a shame to find out that you donated some money and then these people actually exploit people that can't stand up for themselves. So that would be a huge shame. So again, the 5 of Swords here might indicate that maybe you did give money to an organization that you find that no, they're not honorable, so stop beating yourself up. Just walk away. Go, oh, okay, well, I'm human. And stop giving your charitable money to unworthy charitable organizations. It happens to us all. We're human. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if it doesn't apply to you, then drop it. Could be a smaller scale. Maybe you donate clothes to organizations that help out, Brotherhood, or what I'm trying to say, Big Brother, they give to multiple sclerosis. That's probably pretty straightforward, that kind of thing. You don't even have to check that out. You can check it out online. So the Ace of Cups talks about a brand new love relationship and or platonic relationship coming to us from out of the blue. Here we have the fairy who is at the Glotzenberry well, where it's said that the chalice was hidden by Joseph of Arimathea. And so this is, so that's like a divine gift, inspiration. This relationship is blessed by Supreme Being. It could be your awakening of your psychic ability. So, things that were once hidden to you, now you have your awareness. Now, when the hair sticks up on the back of your neck and you get an odd feeling about people, you go, I just don't feel right about this organization. There's not something screwy, or I don't know why this person is lighting me up, and I just don't understand. I know, I was introduced by a mutual friend, but I just don't like that person. So, but here, this sounds like it's going to be really a gift of either a platonic friendship that lasts for a lifetime, or a love relationship that comes out of the blue to fulfill, those, fill in the blanks, fill in those parts of your life that they were vacant. But hey, that's okay, because it looks like you've taken this time out to go within, to cherish what you can't see with the naked eye, to do some meditative practice, to relax, give to yourself in a brand new way. So now you're trusting your intuition. You're not closing down when somebody hands you an opportunity to meet a new person. You're not going to close yourself off from your good, your higher good. And in the past, you figured out, hey, relationship ended, but hey, that was for the best because we didn't see things the same way. In fact, I didn't know this person was like that at all. So the Supreme Being actually came in and did me a favor by pulling me out of that situation, or work situation, or political situation. And again, the High Priestess card talks about the best gifts in life are free. Your spirituality, your ability to tap into your inner knowledge, so you do not have to rely on anybody or anything to pull from the knowledge that is available to everyone, from the Akashic records. And I've also written down some things here about what we need to know about this weekend, and here in Reno, if you live in the Reno, walk outside now because we're going to get a reprieve from some of the fires we're experiencing, but that might not last for long, so you need to make sure that you get out and walk out and get some fresh air going. It's fresher than we've had for a while. And I hear to rethink and tweak your money space, eating plant-based foods will avoid most disease states, and hospital stays and or insurance take, that's instead of, planning on going to the hospital, take your money, buy organic when possible, and eat plenty of plant-based foods. Go vegan if you're compelled to do that. And when you do this, you go vegan, you will avoid most disease states, which would be translate into hospital stays and insurance, like for your copay for your pharmaceuticals, drugs. So instead of that, you're going to just take all the money that you do have for food, you're going to channel it over here. And Anthony William is a really good advocate for healthy foods. I went to chiropractic school. I have the knowledge that many people don't, that, like with B12, it's the intrinsic factor. Like, this is what I learned. I'm going to pass it on to you. They don't even know what intrinsic factor is. The medical community does not know what intrinsic factor, but they know that you have to have intrinsic factor in order to absorb vitamin B12. Well, Anthony William is showing us, they call it vitamin X, by the way. Anthony William in his books, his 2 books, and the second one that talks about the foods that will heal you, he mentions how the vitamin, if you eat fruits that have the natural, you don't watch off and it looks like to me the intrinsic factor off berries, then that allows you to absorb the vitamins like the B12. I mean, you can't get B12 from plant sources, but you can get the intrinsic factor that allows you to absorb B12 when you take it up. And he's talking about how they don't even know about B12, meaning maybe that's not accurate, that there isn't B12 in our plant-based foods. So, I mean, the medical community, and I hate to say this, don't quote me, is behind the curve when it comes to nutrition. Now, chiropractors, this is factual, study more about health than the medical community does in nutrition. Medical community, they study more about what makes you sick, what makes you ill. Pathogens. So they know more about illness, and chiropractors study more about health. We study more about nutrition. We study more about, and they study more about illness. That's factual. So that being said, I'm telling you that everything that he says, it's not hooey. I've read his books. I've gone to medical. You have to take, I've had medical doctors that I worked alongside in chiropractic school, and they say, quote unquote, chiropractic school is harder than medical school because you have to get your patients and you have to learn your adjustments. There's a lot of different kinds of adjusting techniques. So, and it's expensive. They said it's expensive too because you have to get your own patients, and hospitals provide you with plenty of ill people, see? So this, I mean, there's something to this. And now there's brilliant surgeons, don't kill the messenger. There's brilliant surgeons, there are brilliant doctors. I didn't say that. I just said that they're behind the curve. They don't know about nutrition, and they will honestly tell you. I think I read someplace that somebody said that they took 4 hours of nutrition. 4 hours is nothing. And so, and who doesn't know that if you don't eat your vegetables, if you don't eat your fruits, that you are what you eat. That's true. You are what you eat. So, the whole, retweak your spending over here, retweak your spending. Rethink it, retweak it. Instead of, I'm not saying this is going to work for everybody, but instead of going, here, I'm going to put this insurance over here, it would be wiser to take your allotment and go buy organic, eat vegan, and it's going to be a huge growth period. I didn't say it was for everybody. I just said people honestly are looking for a solution. Here's one. Here is a solution. So if that works for you, great. Run with it. If it doesn't, just discard it. So thanks again. It was thrilling doing this tarot reading for you, and let me ask this Supreme Being if there's anything else that you all need to know before we say goodbye. Yeah, he just reiterated, God Goddess just said, I want people to eat more plant-based foods. And so until next time, I hope that you have a lovely weekend. Get out, move around, get some fresh air. Thanks again for being so wonderful. Until next time, lots of love and light. Love ya. Bye-bye.